Caracal, the cat that catches birds out of the sky. When a flock of starlings takes off, a caracal can spring straight up 3 m into the air and snatch a bird out of mid-flight with a single paw. Some have been recorded knocking down 10 to 12 birds in a single ambush before the flock figures out what's happening. The defining feature? The ears. Long, narrow, and tipped with tall black tufts of stiff hair. The tufts work like external antennas, helping the caracal pinpoint the slightest rustling in tall grass from meters away. The name comes from the Turkish Caracal, meaning black ear. It lives across Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Central Asia. Solitary, nocturnal, almost never seen even in regions where it's common. A medium-sized cat with the air-to-air capability of a hawk. Serval, nature's version of over-engineering. If you designed a cat purely for hunting rodents in tall grass, you'd end up with something like the serval. Relative to its body, it has the longest legs of any cat and the largest ears of any cat on the planet. Instead of stalking, it strolls calmly through the grass, ears rotating independently like radar dishes, homing in on the sound of a rodent moving beneath the surface. Servals live in the wetlands and grassy plains of sub-Saharan Africa, and their spotted golden coat gives them a passing resemblance to a scaled-down cheetah, except this one has the legs of a greyhound and satellite dish ears. Snow leopard, the phantom of high altitude. Home for this cat is the thin, brutal air between 3,000–6,000 meters up, scattered across the Himalayas, the Tibetan Plateau, and the mountain ranges of Central Asia, elevations that would leave most people gasping for supplemental oxygen. Everything about its body fights the cold: dense, heavy fur, small rounded ears that conserve heat, and a tail nearly as long as its torso, used both for balance on rocky ledges and wrapped around its face like a built-in scarf while sleeping. It can clear gaps of up to 15 meters in a single leap, dropping onto prey from angles that seem almost physically unfair. Only around 4,000 remain in the wild, and most of what we know about them comes from remote camera traps. Researchers can spend years in snow leopard territory without ever laying eyes on one. A predator thriving in a place where the air itself is scarce. Lynx, built for winter. The lynx's paws are its defining tool, oversized, thickly furred, and splayed wide like built-in snowshoes, spreading its weight across deep snow that would swallow any other predator its size. There are 4 lynx species scattered across North America, Europe, and Siberia, and all of them share the same look: tufted, pointed ears, a stubby bob tail, and a thick ruff of fur framing the face. The lynx is a specialist above all else, keyed almost entirely to one prey animal, the snowshoe hare. In parts of the far north, hare populations swing through boom and bust cycles roughly every 10 years, and lynx numbers rise and fall right along with them. When the hares disappear, lynx starve. It's an entire ecosystem ticking to the rhythm of one prey species. Cougar, one animal, 40 names. Mountain lion, puma, panther, catamount. This cat holds a Guinness World Record for having more common English names than any other animal, upward of 40 across its range. The reason is simple: almost nowhere is off-limits to it. Cougars are found from the Yukon in Canada all the way down to the southern reaches of Argentina, making them the most widely distributed wild cat anywhere in the Americas. Forest, desert, mountain, swamp, even suburban backyards, they adapt to nearly all of it. They're also enormous for a cat that doesn't officially count as a big cat. Adult males can weigh up to 100 kilograms and clear 6 meters in a horizontal leap or 4.5 meters vertically. Despite the size, cougars can't roar. Instead, they purr like an oversized house cat and let out a chirp that, unsettlingly, can sound almost like a woman screaming. A cat that conquered 2 continents, collected dozens of names, and lost its roar somewhere along the way. Leopard, the one that eats in the treetops. After making a kill, a leopard will haul its prey, sometimes heavier than the leopard itself, straight up into a tree. There are records of leopards dragging full-grown impala 6 meters off the ground, clenching the carcass in their jaws while scaling vertical bark. No other big cat does this as a matter of habit. It's a defense mechanism, keeping the meal out of reach of lions and hyenas, neither of which can follow it up. Leopards also have the broadest habitat range of any big cat. Forests, deserts, mountains, jungles, savannas, and increasingly cities, including the suburbs of Mumbai, where more than 30 leopards now live within city limits. Their rosette-spotted coat is remarkably versatile camouflage, blending into dappled forest light, tall grass shadows, or rocky terrain alike. The most adaptable big cat on the planet, and the only one that turns trees into a private dinner table. Jaguar, the one that kills through bone. Most big cats kill by biting the throat and cutting off airflow. The jaguar skips that step entirely. It has the strongest bite force of any big cat, north of 1,500 pounds per square inch, and uses it to drive its canines straight through a skull or the back of a neck, ending things instantly. That kind of force lets it take down prey other cats avoid altogether. Armored caimans, capybaras, anacondas, even sea turtles. Jaguars live in the rainforests and wetlands of Central and South America. Their coat looks similar to a leopard's rosettes at a glance, but each rosette contains extra small spots inside it, and the jaguar's build is stockier, a wider skull and shorter legs. Unusually for a cat, jaguars are genuinely comfortable in water, swimming, fishing, and ambushing prey along riverbanks. A roughly 90-kilogram predator that opens its meals by punching through bone. Cheetah, built for speed, built to lose fights. The cheetah is the fastest land animal alive, with a top recorded speed of 112 kilometers per hour and the ability to go from a standstill to 100 kilometers per hour in under 3 seconds, quicker than most sports cars. Everything about its frame serves that speed: a lightweight skeleton, oversized nasal passages to pull in enough oxygen, a spine flexible enough to coil and uncoil like a spring with every stride, and semi-retractable claws that grip the ground like sprinting spikes. But that speed comes at a cost. A cheetah can only hold top speed for about 20 seconds before it starts to overheat, and most hunts end with it collapsed, panting, body temperature dangerously high. It's also a poor fighter, regularly losing hard-won kills to lions, leopards, and hyenas. Roughly half its kills get stolen before it even eats. Cheetahs can't roar either. Instead they chirp, almost bird-like. A 60-kilogram sprinter that can outrun a speed limit but can't win a fight to save its dinner. Tiger, the biggest cat alive. The tiger tops every other cat species in sheer size. A male Siberian tiger can weigh up to 320 kilograms, roughly double a lion's weight, and measure over 3 meters from nose to tail. A single tiger's territory can stretch past 1,000 square kilometers. Unlike lions, tigers are strictly solitary, each one living, hunting, and defending its range alone, marking boundaries with scent, urine, and claw gouges scored into tree trunks up to 3 meters off the ground. Every tiger's stripe pattern is completely unique. No two share the same layout, and the pattern actually runs down to the skin, so a shaved tiger would still show the same markings on bare skin. 6 subspecies survive today, adding up to roughly 5,500 tigers left in the wild across Asia. Fewer, notably, than the number kept privately in the United States. The largest predator to have shared the planet with humans throughout our history is also one we've pushed to the edge of disappearing. Not the bear. Not the lion.